Now to Scott Phillips from Motley. Scott, good evening to you. And Chris mentioned the big jump in Iris. Now we're finding out a little bit more about the reason.
Yeah, Tomo, good evening. It was a funny one this morning. The company put out a very, very short statement, as Chris mentioned, and the wording is important. They said there's been no direct contact about a takeover. Of course, what's been rumoured, and we don't know for sure yet, but what's been rumoured is a private equity company has engaged a fund manager to effectively buy up to 10% of the company on its behalf. That hasn't yet gone through, but the approach really puts Iris in play. And as Chris mentioned, the market happy to push those shares up 17% on that speculation.
OK, now the best sector overall today was property. Take us through some of the big winners.
Yeah, it was remarkable. Almost every company did well. 2.3% gain for the property sector. We saw Stockland, Dexus, Scentre Group, of course it owns the Westfield brand here in Australia and New Zealand, up more than 2.3% each. It was hard to find a loser among the property groups. A really good day for that sector today.
OK, communication shares also rose sharply today, Scott.
They were. This is a funny sector. Now, despite Telstra being dead flat, it includes things like TPG, which is up more than 3%, but even businesses like Seek and Car Sales get captured in that group, and both those companies up 3 or 3 and a bit % as well. A really positive day for growth stocks, but in particular those exposed to the internet and to communications in general. OK, now in corporate news, the ACCC has given Woolworths the tick of approval to take over food distributor PFD. And this is a remarkable one, Tom. It's a small acquisition in dollar terms, only $300 million for a business that's worth multi-billion dollars, so not a big bite particularly. But what is fascinating about this one is that they're in the food services business. So PFD supply restaurants, cafes, pubs, clubs, cafe, takeaway joints, that sort of thing. And this is a big move from Woolies into that wholesale space. Lots and lots of opposition, frankly, to the ACCC's decision. But Rod Sims, the ACCC chief, effectively just saying, look, we couldn't find reason to believe this was going to reduce competition, result in less competition, and as a result they waived it through today after a 7-month investigation. OK, now a big night ahead on Wall Street with US inflation figures coming out. Yeah, this will be a really big night too. Inflation numbers, of course, are what central banks have been laser focused on over the last 18 and 24 months. Some signs that maybe inflation is rearing its head, and of course, if and when it does, that should see interest rates being pushed up across the board. Markets will be watching that very, very closely tonight when those numbers are released. And at the moment, the futures are dead flat. The market really not sure what to make of it on tenterhooks, so they wait to see the release of that particularly important number.
We'll have to wait and see. Scott Phillips, thank you.